to die, the desperate families digging bare-handed through the rubble as their loved ones cry out for help. The race against time for rescuers accelerates. We'll hear from UNICEF and the World Health Organization later this hour. But efforts are hampered by freezing conditions as those who survived struggle to keep warm. Also this hour, I hear the heartbreaking story of a Turkish man from South Wales looking for his family in the remote village where he grew up. But amidst the stories of loss, hope, as a young girl in Syria, covered in dust, is lifted from the debris.
There are hundreds of people here, but it is silent.
5 apartment blocks occupying the area. The residents asleep when the earthquake struck, and it seems unlikely that anyone survived.
It looks like a lot of people lived here.
Yani biz tahmin olarak bu şeyden böyle komple birden 150'ye yakın gördük. Yani tahmin yuvarlak. Yani bilemiyorum artık kaç kişi şimdi şu an kaç kişi kurtarılır, kaç kişi kurtarılmaz. Allah'la şeyler arasında.
We listen to the anguished tone of those looking on. Yesterday, the governor came here, said this woman, but he does nothing. There are young children in these buildings, but they do nothing. A couple of 100 meters away, near the city's central square, we found a similar scene. Another human tragedy. There was a man staring at a pile of rubble. He said he was waiting for his brother, the only thing he could do.
Do you think it's possible that your brother is still alive?
İnanmıyoruz işte binde biri belki yok. Ama işte görün bu enkazın altından kalkması zor yani. Ama yine de umut işte.
Up to 15 people are missing. No one's really sure. But this man knows his father is here. He just found his trousers.
What have you found?
Babamın.
His father. And
It's your father's trousers. Is it possible that your father could survive this?
%80. Bak benim babam şu anda burada olsaydı, ben orada olsaydım eliyle kazardı orayı. Orada.
The local highways are clogged. The supplies and the specialists stuck in traffic, and many regional roads are now impassable. But they are desperately needed in this city of debris. John spoke.
Not one person tells us we haven't seen a single soul here. And their tools make barely any impact on an 8-story building now all on the ground floor. Relatives look on, sick with worry. And a bubbling anger growing inside. Daughter's in there with her 2 kids, another man tells us. They've died in that house. There are moments of sheer joy. A young baby is pulled out. After so many hours, she is a real living miracle. She's too young to remember what happened, but her family will remind her she's one who beat the odds on Turkey's terrible day of earthquakes. The baby's mother has somehow kept her alive, and she too has been found. They're both badly dehydrated, and the young mum looks traumatized. This has been a terrifying experience for them all. There are questions about how well prepared they were here for a disaster long predicted to happen. But every time someone is coaxed to safety and guided down the piles of broken concrete which were once their homes, it inspires the rescuers to keep on going. But there are far more suffering. Far too many mothers, consumed by grief, as the wafer thin hope they were clinging on to finally disappears. The rescuers don't give up, though. There are frantic efforts to try to resuscitate her boy. They try and they keep on trying. But this is a young life they cannot save. This region is probably uniquely ill-equipped to cope with a natural disaster of this scale, and the heartache and grief is going to grow over the next few days and weeks.
From Qatar. Qatar is one of Turkey's closest allies. They had sent military personnel to help with search and rescue, but also emergency aid supplies. They pledged to send 100 tons of humanitarian aid, and they're not alone. The UAE has pledged to build a field hospital, and just as we've been here in the airport today, we've seen teams come in. We saw an Israeli relief team earlier, but now a British team of 77 search and rescue specialists with 4 sniffer dogs has arrived. They've told us they're working closely with the Turkish authorities. President Erdogan was very quick to ask for international support. He made a very strong appeal for help from his partners all over the world. We've seen pledges come in from South Korea, which called Turkey a brother nation. Mexico, an LA County team is flying in, which has a lot of disaster relief expertise. So what we have been seeing a lot of solidarity on that front, even a real understanding yet of how much damage there really is and how many people have actually died.